Hi everyone, so today I'll be sharing a slightly different video, as you could probably tell from the thumbnail of this video. So I know scale figure collecting is not for everyone, especially in the gaming community, but it's something that I've been enjoying these last 6 months or so, and I just kind of wanted to share which ones that I decided to pick up. And I have 4 scale figures with me, and I actually haven't unboxed them yet. I'm sort of in between moving, so I wasn't really sure if I should take them out of the box or leave them as is, but unfortunately it doesn't look like I'll be moving for a while, maybe not till late fall, not a little bit longer, we'll have to see. But I wanted to just do some unboxings of these, not only just to kind of make sure that they're all still intact and they arrive safely, but just to really just soak in what these scale figures look like in person. So far I've accumulated 4 scale figures that I adore and I can't wait to open. I do have 2 more on pre-order. One is Mia from Xenoblade 2 and I'm really excited for her. I would have liked to also picked up Pyra and Mithra from Xenoblade 2, but yeah, I missed the boat on getting those for reasonable prices even after all the reprints they did. And then the other figure I have on pre-order is of course one from Fire Emblem, and she just looks amazing. I really love all the details in her outfit and her flame sword. So both of these pre-orders are slated to come out sometime next year, so it'll be cool if I could do an unboxing or something, pending there's no weird delays or complications with moving. But now let's get into the figures I do have on hand. So the first figure that I picked up that's really started it all was this Altina one from Trails of Cold Steel. And she's just so cute, and I just really wanted to pick up the whole set because I am a big Trails fan, as many of you know. So I'll probably be assembling her first. And then of course, because I am a Trails fan, I do have this Rean figure in the humongous box. Just let's compare these 2 sizes here. They're both 1/8 scales. So he's my only male figure I have at the moment. Be nice to pick up some more, but I feel like when it comes to scale figures, a lot of the manufacturers I think are a bit more attention to detail with female figures than male figures for the most part. But there are 2 more Trails figures that are coming out sometime next year that have been teased. One is Crow, so very excited from whenever those release. And then another figure that I picked up that came out earlier this year is this Lynn figure, and she is just gorgeous. She is a 1/7 scale, so she's going to be a little bit bigger than the 2 Trails figures. So excited to take her out of box. And then my last figure is actually a pre-owned figure that I picked up on Ami, and that is this Ryza figure from the first game, and this is my favorite Ryza figure. She has a lot of figures and a lot of swimsuit figures as of late, but yeah, this one from, it looks like Wonderful Works. I think they just really nailed her face, and just everything about this figure is really pretty. On Ami they do grade these figures on condition, and I think when I picked her up it said it was B+ or A-, which from my understanding that just means she's going to be basically immaculate. So I'll have to open this up and see if that's the case. But yeah, I'm going to turn the camera a little bit around so you can see me unbox all these and eventually assemble them all. So I don't have fancy box cutters, but this should do the trick. And I will share close-ups of everything as I go. So this is a Kotobukiya figure, and they have a pretty good reputation for their scale figures. I totally just ripped this. That's not good. I'm not going to resell this, so it's not the worst, but I can slide her out. And then her little window. I don't want to do any game spoilers, but see this guy here? It would have been cool if actually they made him as part of the scale design, but that would have been a lot more expensive, I'm sure. Find new tape. I think this is the instructions. Yeah. Basically just tells you how to put her hat on. She's already basically on the base here. Just have to remove plastic bits carefully. So yeah, she's super easy. And then the hat is magnetized, so she just sits right on there. So here she is. Good close up of her face. I think they did her face pretty well. It's not super expressive, but I would say that's sort of in line with how she's usually depicted. And there's some nice details on the clothing here, and she actually had the best price out of everyone. I think they did a great job, especially considering her price. And if you want to see her without the hat, I think she looks great there as well, but the hat is pretty cute, so I'm probably gonna just keep that on. Next we have Rean here, and I'm not gonna tear the box again, hopefully. Yeah, this box is a little bit more substantial. I didn't mention, I actually ordered both these trails pickers off of Amazon Japan. They seem to have the best discount and shipping rate at the time I ordered. I should have people open these. There you go. Of course, there's tape on the side here. Clamshell. And quickly, forgot to show the box. Let's show the box artwork. It's very nice. And inside, again, I want to avoid spoilers, but you can see this guy here, which is actually supposed to have a, I think, assembly kit. His instructions are right on the bottom as well. And this is just describing how to handle the sword assembly. Should cut away from yourself. This is not the best unboxing. I apologize. Come out carefully. We have the sword and the scabbard here. Nice tape. Very nice details. His plastic. And he's attached to the base as well, which makes it easier. This is just a little plastic thing for the coat to rest on. Stick it here for now. I think if you ordered from the actual Kotobukiya store, it came with a different hair variant, which I wasn't too pressed by. I wasn't gonna change it out, most likely. Okay, I'll have the tape from here. So I might have to actually remove him from the stand, since we do have the plastic in between here. So he does come off. He pegs here. All in. Accidentally break. Stick him back on. And I'm gonna look at this quickly so I don't mess up the sword. But it looks pretty simple. So like I stick it like this. Perfect. And this way. Don't want to force it in. Okay. You have to use a little bit more effort, but that's what he looks like from a distance, and I'll have some close-ups in a bit. Now for our boy Rean here, he's a bit more detailed. His outfit's a bit more intricate, and he was a bit more expensive than Altina. Here is him with his red eyes. And I think they did the hair pretty well on both of the figures. They're not as detailed as the 1x7 scales, but they're still pretty good. Yeah, pretty standard sword here, but I think the details are still pretty good, and I think the paint job was pretty well done as well on both of them. There's a little bit of a scuff mark on his knee here, but I probably will go away with a magic eraser. Yeah, he has a little bit of scuffing too behind his collar, but nothing too big of a deal. Let's say some of the lines on the back of his coat could have been a little bit better, but yeah, I think it's not too bad. Especially he wasn't super expensive compared to other figures I think that are as dynamic as him that I've seen. And then here are the two 1x8 Trails figures, and I think they look so cute next to each other. And Altina just looks tiny next to Rean, but I guess that's appropriate. Next up, let's do Lynn here. Almost forgot. Let's look at this art on the side first. Now to open her. These are definitely not the best scissors to use. So she doesn't have any interesting art inside, it's just a white background. that is okay. She has a bit more instructions than the other two figures. There she is. She's significantly larger than the other two figures, but that's to be expected. So, plastic. Bubble wrap. Interesting. I really like her base. I think all the green is very eye-catching. Stick her in first, and then deal with the sword. There it is. And I have the scabbard and the sword. And I think she does this weird bendy thing with the hand I saw some people do. So check out the instructions quickly. So I don't mess this up. Yeah, okay, so this hand twists, which is so weird. So you take this apart. There you go. It's always nerve-wracking, especially with these tiny little pieces. So this fits in her hand, like so. My fingers, be very careful with. Don't want to snap those off. Got through your fingers, and then this is supposed to kind of bend. Voila. Finally. So some up close shots of Flynn here. And I just love the color choice they did. And I finally actually was able to get the scabbard to stay there. I don't think it's a perfect fit, but I think it'll do its job there. And I think one of the cool things too was how her hand shifts to get the sword in just right. So I don't think I've seen that on the scale figure before. But zooming in on her face here, I really love how expressive she is. I think it really just captures her really well. There are some minor issues with the paint. For example, I don't know if this will pick up on camera easily. There is a little bit of a rough kind of paint job right there. So some small little imperfections, but other than that, I really couldn't see much. I do love how detailed everything else in her outfit is, and just how much movement there is as well. Especially with her hair just looking around like in the wind with her dress. Even the details on her shoe are just really cute as well, and have just so much movement. This kind of keeps kind of rattling around. So overall, I'm really impressed with Lynn here, and I'm really excited for my other Fire Emblem scale to arrive. I think she's going to be studying next to her. Ideally, I would like to pick up more, especially of the girls, because I think Intelligent Systems just does a really good job with their skill figures. But there are a few other male characters too that I've had my eye on. I just didn't really commit. So I might, in the future, try to get Marth or Ike or some of the other skill figures. But I think Ike is going to be huge, so I think that's also why I didn't go for him. I saw on Amazon Japan, that was like $80 to ship, just him alone. So yeah, that sort of scared me off a bit from pre-ordering him. But yeah, it seems like Intelligent Systems is doing more of these. It'll be great to see more Three Houses characters, or if they were to revisit some of the 3DS characters too. They put too many Figmas out, I think, for their 3DS games. I'm not really a Figma fan, unfortunately. But yeah, I hope we do see more scales, especially of Three Houses, sometime soon with the announcement of the new Musou game. And then last we have Ryza here. That's what her box looks like. So this is sort of me testing the waters with how used figures go. Event that I ever come across a used figure that something I would want in my collection. Just from the outside, the box looks pretty good. There's like a minor dent in it, but easily happened during storage or shipping for matter. So she doesn't have any special artwork either inside. Let's drag her out. She does come with instructions as well. And I think she's really great. Kind of goes with my Lynn. All grassy. Here she is. And yeah, she looks just immaculate, so you couldn't really tell she was used at all. Let's attempt getting her on the space. So that was easier than the other ones. And then last we have this guy. Looks really cool in person. Lots of cool details. So the handle, it looks like, does come off, and it goes through the back. In my reference picture. Okay, so this way, I think. It's super easy to assemble. Next we have Ryza here, and I'm super happy with her as well. I just love all the little accessories for like alchemy potions and things, and I really do love her staff. I think it looks great. And yeah, overall I think she's really cute. Looking at her a little closer, I think her expression here is just precious with her kind of blushing and doing a little thoughtful pose. I do have the necklace is sort of off-centered here. Let me try to adjust that actually. There you go. But yeah, I think her outfit was great. There's just so much different movement going on, and I think the paint is really good too. And her base is really great as well. I preferred this base over the one from her other scale that's inspired by the second game that had more of a, I guess, town, street sort of pavement going on. And the close-up of her weapon here, I do like the little iridescent shimmers they incorporated in the paint there. And yeah, overall, I'm really happy with this scale. I'm glad that I found a good price on a used one of this version specifically. I did like her Ryza 2 scale, but actually when I was playing the Ryza 2 game, I had her in this outfit. So this outfit definitely, I think, speaks more to me. And I do want to pick up actually more Atelier scales. I've been eyeing the Sophie one that was announced. I know there's one right now out where she's laying on some books. For that one, I'm a little bit worried about the weight of that one, if there's going to be some weird leaning over time. And I haven't heard of that manufacturer before either, so I'm going to wait to see by, I think, Good Smile Company how that one turns out, because I think the prototype for that one had a kind of an odd face, but hopefully they'll correct that once they put paint on her. And this is what the two 7th scale figures look like next to each other. And here's everyone all together. So you do see the 1 by 8th scales are a little bit smaller than the 1 by 7th, but honestly it's not too bad, especially Rean here. He kind of almost looks like a 1 by 7th scale, especially considering his pose. But yeah, I'm definitely a novice when it comes to scale figures. Hope you guys enjoyed this little unboxing video. But I just wanted to share my excitement of finally opening up these figures and seeing them in person. And I could definitely see this little collection here expand over the years. I'm trying not to go too crazy and being selective with the figures that I end up buying, not just because of moving plans, but also just general space, because I do collect too many things. But let me know down in the comments if you guys enjoy collecting scale figures, if it's of video games or other characters. And if you're not into scale figure collecting, is there something else video game related that you also enjoy collecting, such as soundtracks, other merchandise, vinyls? Let me know that as well. And I have a ton of videos coming up soon. I'll have my end of the month wrap up that I'll be working on sometime soon. And I have a lot of haul videos coming as well. One talking about the Xenoblade reprints, another one testing out a new store in their used games section. I've mentioned how I have Death's Door coming from Special Reserved Games that I plan to do an unboxing for, and I have a few other videos planned as well. So look forward to all those, and until next time, bye guys.